We didn't go to church in our own home, but the neighbor across the street went to church. So I would go over there and play with their son every once in a while, and they actually invited me to church a few times. I went to church with them, and I definitely saw something in church that I didn't have in my home. I would go over there, and they would pray before meals and just do, different things that we didn't have in our house, and I knew something was missing. So one VBS that they invited me to, I heard the word. I heard that, this Jesus died on the cross for my sins, even though I wasn't worthy enough for it. And it just really touched my heart, and I knew that I needed to be saved. And then from then on, I would go to my home and talk to my parents about the things that I had learned in church. It was when I was 15 years old, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer. And I was still going to church with the neighbor, even though they weren't going to church. And I knew that I needed to do something to try to know that he would be saved. So when I went to different services at church, I would always come home and tell my dad what I learned in church. I wanted him to be saved, and I wanted the assurance to know that he was saved. So when I was 16 years old, my dad passed away from lung cancer, and it was later on that my aunt told me that she had her pastor visit the church, and several other pastors had visited the church and visited the hospital when my dad was sick. And he talked to several pastors, and it was after he passed that my aunt told me that day, the day before he had passed, he rededicated his life to the Lord. And that made me feel really good to know that. I kind of hoped that it was from the conversations that we had, and he knew that I was concerned about things. But him telling my aunt that he had wished that he would have taken us to church and things. He actually even asked her soon before he passed. He asked her if she would buy him a suit or get him a suit so that he could take us all to church. So I think he knew. I mean, even just seeing me going with the neighbors to church all the time, and them staying at home on Sundays. I mean, I'm sure he knew that it was a great concern of mine that I knew that my family was saved. And I think now in my own church, I am very involved with the children's ministry and invite kids to church all the time. And I think it's a huge passion of mine to be involved with kids and the youth, because I think that planting the seeds in children's lives can flourish, and it's just something that I have a passion for.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. On the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No